Welcome, automotive enthusiasts, to a journey back in time to 1918, a year that dramatically reshaped the automotive industry and the world. While the roar of engines was often associated with groundbreaking civilian vehicles, in 1918 the sound was synonymous with conflict and crucial military innovation. This was the year that witnessed the widespread deployment of the revolutionary Renault FT Tank, a design that would influence armored warfare for decades to come. Simultaneously, the very fabric of automotive production was brought to an abrupt halt for civilian purposes, redirecting all industrial might towards the war effort. Join us as we explore this fascinating dual narrative, the birth of a legend and the temporary cessation of an evolving industry. To truly appreciate the significance of 1918 for the automotive world, we must first understand the global context. World War I, a conflict of unprecedented scale, was nearing its brutal conclusion. For 4 agonizing years, nations had poured their resources into the war machine, transforming societies, economies, and industries. The advancements in technology, while often destructive, also paved the way for future innovations. Every factory, every workforce, every raw material was seen through the lens of military necessity. The automotive industry, still in its infancy compared to today, was not immune to this widespread industrial mobilization. In fact, it became a cornerstone of the war effort, particularly in France. Before the shadow of war fully consumed the globe, the early 20th century saw the nascent automotive industry slowly but surely taking root. From the very first horseless carriages, the concept of personal transport was rapidly evolving. Car manufacturers were beginning to emerge, experimenting with different designs, engine types, and production methods. While still largely a luxury item for the wealthy, the dream of a car for every family was starting to take shape. These early vehicles, though primitive by modern standards, laid the essential groundwork for everything that would follow. The industry was characterized by spirited innovation, intense competition, and a growing understanding of engineering principles, hinting at the potential that would eventually be unleashed. Among the pioneering automotive companies of the early 20th century, Renault stood out. Founded by the visionary Louis Renault, the company quickly established itself as an innovator in automotive design and manufacturing. Pre-war Renault vehicles were known for their reliability and engineering prowess. However, with the outbreak of World War I, like many industrial giants, Renault pivoted sharply. The company's vast manufacturing capabilities and engineering expertise were redirected from producing elegant civilian cars to contributing to the war effort. This was more than just a change in product line, it was a fundamental shift in purpose, transforming car factories into arsenals and automotive engineers into military strategists, spearheading crucial wartime innovation. It was out of this crucible of wartime necessity that the Renault FT Tank was born. While not the first tank, it was arguably the most influential. Designed with a modular approach, the FT incorporated several groundbreaking features that set new standards for armored warfare. Its most distinctive innovation was the fully revolving turret, which allowed the tank's armament to traverse 360 degrees, a feature that became standard on nearly all subsequent tank designs. Moreover, its compact size and 2-man crew, a driver and a gunner, made it agile and relatively easy to produce. This ingenious design made the Renault FT highly effective and contributed significantly to its mass production and widespread adoption by Allied forces. The deployment of the Renault FT Tank proved to be a pivotal moment on the battlefields of World War I. Unlike earlier, heavier, and often cumbersome tanks, the FT was a light tank, designed for maneuverability and to support infantry assaults. Its ability to navigate trenches and barbed wire, coupled with its protective armor and adaptable firepower from the revolving turret, made it an incredibly effective weapon. It was a true game changer, allowing Allied forces to break through entrenched enemy lines and regain momentum. The FT played a crucial role in many decisive engagements in 1918, contributing significantly to the eventual Allied victory and marking a new era in military strategy and armored vehicle development. While the Renault FT Tank was revolutionizing warfare, a quieter, yet equally significant, shift was occurring back home, the near-total halt of civilian automotive production. With the escalating demands of World War I,
governments implemented strict controls over industrial output. Resources like steel, rubber, and fuel, along with skilled labor, were rerouted entirely to the war effort. Factories that once hummed with the creation of cars for families now produced munitions, aircraft parts, or military vehicles like the FT Tank. This meant that for the duration of the war, buying a new civilian car was virtually impossible. It was a stark illustration of a war economy where national survival superseded consumer desire. The halt of civilian automotive production sent significant ripples through both the economy and society. The automotive workforce underwent a dramatic shift, with many men joining the armed forces and women stepping into factory roles previously dominated by men. This reshaped societal norms and paved the way for future workforce integration. Material scarcity became a daily reality, affecting everything from personal consumption to large-scale industrial planning. However, this period of deprivation also inadvertently created immense pent-up demand. Once the war ended and factories could reconvert, there was an enormous appetite for new vehicles, laying the groundwork for the post-war automotive boom. As the guns fell silent in November 1918, the automotive industry faced the monumental task of industrial reconversion. Factories that had turned out tanks and artillery shells now had to pivot back to producing cars, trucks, and other civilian vehicles. This wasn't just a simple restart. The war itself had accelerated technological advancements and honed manufacturing processes. Mass production techniques, refined under the intense pressure of wartime demand, were now applied to civilian lines. The experience of building complex machinery like the Renault FT Tank also informed future automotive design, instilling a new level of engineering rigor and innovation. The post-war era ushered in a period of rapid growth and accessibility for the automobile. The year 1918 stands as a powerful testament to both human ingenuity and the enduring resilience of the automotive industry. The Renault FT Tank, with its revolutionary revolving turret and modular design, cemented its place in history, laying the foundation for modern tank warfare. Its principles of design and deployment continue to influence armored vehicles even today. Simultaneously, the temporary halt of civilian automotive production, born out of necessity, demonstrated the industry's incredible adaptability and its pivotal role in national efforts. It also set the stage for unprecedented post-war growth. From the ashes of conflict, innovation not only survived but thrived, proving that the drive to create and advance, whether for war or peace, is an intrinsic part of the automotive spirit. This dual legacy continues to shape the cars we drive and the technologies we embrace.